Man, you know sometimes in life we face things and certain situations that we don't understand or that we didn't see coming. I mean things that come completely out of nowhere, like, man, why is this happening? Things that make you feel kind of scared, and things that make you feel confused, things that make you say, God, my God, please help us.
Yeah, to God be the glory, man. True story, yeah. Okay, it's 2017, around the end of June. When all of this began, I felt like my life was doomed. See, my girl had some issues, her kidneys, they were failing. But we ain't even know it till that night when she started wailing. She said something wasn't right, and I knew that she was right when I heard her crying out to God to come and save her life. So we rushed up to the ER to see just what the problem was. God told me just to be calm, my savior, he would follow us. They said that she was lucky, that she didn't have a stroke, cause her blood pressure was through the roof and her oxygen was low. So they started running tests, my baby looked a mess, and all that I could do was lay her head up on my chest. When they came back in the room and gave us both the news, her kidneys, they were failing, man, I swear my heart was bruised. And it's all a true story, to God be the glory. He pulled me out the mud and said he had a plan for me. I'm born again, he wiped away my sin. He told me if I'm with him, don't worry, cause I would win. It's all a true story, to God be the glory. He pulled me out the mud and said he had a plan for me. I'm born again, he wiped away my sin. He told me if I'm with him, don't worry, cause I would win. So after about a month up in the hospital, she came back home, swollen up so bad she couldn't walk and do things on her own. Everything was different, she was on a special diet. The mood around the house was filled with sadness, it was quiet, but we still kept the faith, cause see, she got a lot of fight. We were listening to worship songs and praying every night, but we both started questioning, like, why, God, and how could this happen? Did this happen to us, especially right now? We just couldn't figure it out, it just didn't make no sense. Till the nurse that did the home visits came, cause she was sent by the Lord. She was comforting and made my baby's day. Every time she came over, she put a smile on her face. See, her husband was a pastor, so she had lots of faith. She said pray and keep on praying no matter what the doctor say. And we did, but she was scared, kinda dazed and confused. But as long as we had Jesus Christ, I knew we wouldn't lose. And it's all a true story, to God be the glory. He pulled me out the mud and said he had a plan for me. I'm born again, he wiped away my sin. He told me if I'm with him, don't worry, cause I would win. It's all a true story, to God be the glory. He pulled me out the mud and said he had a plan for me. I'm born again, he wiped away my sin. He told me if I'm with him, don't worry, cause I would win. They say before things get better, they will probably get worse. But as things begin to happen, I thought we was probably cursed. One day everything broke down, she completely flipped the script. Started saying things and doing things that didn't make no sense. She said I was trying to kill her, putting poison in her food. Now the real Sherry knows that's something I would never do. To make a long story short, she ended up back in the hospital. I can't believe she said them things, like, man, this can't be possible. The next 7 days was the hardest of our life. We were battling some things you cannot see by using sight, but we battled and we prayed, there was no way we could lose. We had Jesus on our side, look, I think all our heels were bruised. My sons prayed, my daughters prayed, we all fought, we all stayed by her side despite the crazy things she constantly was saying. She was in a different world, like she was in a different place, and I knew that this was spiritual by looking in her face. So we called upon the Lord and started praying more, and got these crazy looks from every doctor on the floor. See, they only read machines that met up with their team, but didn't have a clue that this whole battle was unseen. It was 7 days of hell, but righteousness prevailed, cause on the 7th day we sent them demons back to hell. She was tired, she was scared, but she said God was always there, and he had complete control over the rulers of the air. And it's all a true story, to God be the glory. He pulled me out the mud and said he had a plan for me. I'm born again, he wiped away my sin. He told me if I'm with him, don't worry, cause I would win. It's all a true story, to God be the glory. He pulled me out the mud and said he had a plan for me. I'm born again, he wiped away my sin. He told me if I'm with him, don't worry, cause I would win.
Man, and see, I really can't even fit everything into this song. I mean, everything that we went through that day, that week, that month, I mean, that whole summer. There was a season in our life, man, where God just brought me and my kids and my wife, and he brought us all together closer as a family. And even though he allowed us to see some things and experience some things, I mean, we also experienced the power of his love and the power of faith, the power of prayer. I mean, we were in the hospital praying and praying and praying one day. My daughter was in there praise dancing, and my other daughter, she heard one of the nurses in the hallway talk about, man, this whole family is blank crazy, you know. I mean, they were talking about us, you know. And I was upset, but I still went and prayed for the nurse and told her, look, it's okay. You know, she was crying, she was sad, she was, oh, I'm sorry. But you know what? We kept our faith, though. We kept our faith. We kept praying. We didn't care if the whole hospital was looking. We weren't listening to doctors, tests, nothing. And I know my wife. I know Sherry. I mean, she was battling. She was battling, man. She was literally in the grips of death. I mean, they was trying to take her from us. But thank God that he was there with us and he never left our side. He was our rock. And we called upon the name of Jesus. And he saved her. Thank you, Father.